Hello and welcome. Applersky here with an Assassin's Creed video. This one is involving a title that's quite off as far as time is concerned. We got some rumors for Assassin's Creed HEXE, and for me, I'm actually pretty excited about what I'm hearing. I've heard a little bit of I don't want to call it outrage, but some people not happy about some of these leaks, and we'll go over them here. First one being that it's a single protagonist by the name of Elsa. I'm assuming she's on the run for being tried as a witch. As this game is supposed to be taking place in 16th century Germany, I believe, during the witch hunts. So the first thing is that she possesses some sort of magical supernatural ability. This was leaked by a very, very like reliable resource, Insider Gaming. So I believe all this to be true. And I initially got that feeling when it was first announced and what they kind of said it would be. Uh, I mean, you're not going to have a game based on witchcraft and witch hunting if there's no reason for it, right? I initially, when this game was first announced, I thought, well, this we're probably going to be playing as a witch, but it's going to have the Assassin's Creed spin on it, right? So what I believe to be, and this is my theory and prediction, is that her powers and abilities that she has are going to come from an Isu artifact, right? Every Assassin's Creed game I've played extensively, multiple times, and there's always some sort of uh, piece of Eden involved, and then they all have different abilities, right? Like we see the apple, it can kind of like warp people's minds. Um, in Unity, they have the sword is kind of like shoots lightning out of it. Uh, every single Assassin's Creed game has supernatural things within it, some more than others. But for fans to be upset that your main character is going to have powers, well, for this title, it makes sense. Like you're playing as a witch, right? But the fact of the matter is, you have this artifact, and I'm not sure. We've never really had a game where you're in possession of an artifact the whole time, but I find that very refreshing. It's they could do some really really cool things here, and if they don't do go overboard with it, it can be very special. And I'm hoping that's the case, that I'm correct, that it's an artifact. There's a picture going around. I'm not sure if it's official. I don't, but I've been seeing it everywhere, and it's the one that I use for my thumbnail. It's the girl Elsa, and she it looks like she's got like a crystal ball with her, right? So that leads me to believe that her power is coming from that artifact. As to why she has it, not too sure. Maybe she's a descendant of Loki. Loki kind of, his powers in mythology. He's a trickster, right? So a lot of witch type, warlock type abilities. Multiplying himself, uh, making items appear, weapons appear and disappear, things of that nature, teleportation, stuff like that. So I could see if they take it that route. I just don't want them to go overboard. Um, Another thing is that they said the fear system from Syndicate, which is you see on screen here from the Jack the Ripper DLC, is going to make a return, and that makes total sense. That was a really cool. That was a really cool thing about the Jack the Ripper DLC, and that's actually why it's probably my favorite DLC out of any Assassin's Creed game, just because it was so unique, right? Uh, you could choose to engage your enemies and brutalize them to strike fear, as you can see here. Um, he kind of brutalizes this police officer, and then all the other ones cower away, right? That could be really cool in the witch setting, because everybody was afraid of witches back in that time. So can possess something to bend it to your will or whatever, and kind of scare folks away, or use it to for stealth tactics, like what we heard with the cat possession, distracting the guard so she could sneak by. I think that's a really cool idea, and I'm just really hoping that Ubisoft nails it, right, because it could go bad. But I believe in them. They're really trying to right the ship here with the AC series, and I'm glad that it's still around. It's one of my favorite, if not my favorite, franchise of all time. Um, Another thing that they spoke about, that it was going to be more of a linear experience, not some huge open world, like we're used to with most Assassin's Creed games, and I like that idea as well. It did say there was going to be some areas that are like kind of slightly open world. It reminds me kind of like the Uncharted Lost Legacy, or maybe like The Last of Us Part Two, which if they can blend those two together, it could be very cool. I like and I miss a lot of those, dungeon areas, tombs, if you will, in the older Assassin's Creeds, where it's kind of like more linear. Like you have to figure out your way through parkour and climbing to get through those areas. So if they have some areas like that, that would be really cool. Also, reading the rumors too kind of reminds me of like the setting, like is going to be immediately it brought to mind one of my favorite games. Uh, I don't know all time, but like pretty high up there on the list, right? Is a Plague Tale, and I love them both. Requiem, I feel, is the better game, but this one, and it's even kind of the same time frame, right? It's in France, but it's it, when they said that it's going to be like a linear and creepy and dreary atmosphere, I immediately pictured um, the first game in the series, A Plague Tale: Innocence, where like specifically like the first half when you're running through or trying to like figure out what's going on, and everybody's freaked out, I, and if they could do something like that, not necessarily copy it, but like go that route and then have some open world areas, I think we're in for something really special. Now this game, Hexe, is quite a ways off. It's coming after Red, so maybe next year. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of like give my opinion on it and have the. I don't want the fans freaking out and everything. I think it's going to be a good thing if they nail it. So if you like what I'm doing here, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.